Hello everyone, this is Gio from gamesibeat.com, here to bring you a review of Death Stranding on PS4. Death Stranding is the first major title from Kojima Productions since it became an independent studio back in 2015. It's a hard game to pin down genre-wise. It has the base elements of an action-adventure title with a focus on delivering packages and reconnecting a network that could save humanity. The game is extremely story-heavy and could have easily been adapted into a movie or a book. The concept of Death Stranding is rather simple at first, but its complexity unravels in an epic story that sometimes bogs down gameplay. The basic concept is that you are the hard-working porter Sam Bridges, played by Norman Reedus. Sam is an apathetic porter that delivers packages in a harsh world full of many enemies such as BTs and mules. You have been recruited by Bridges, which is essentially what's left of the United States government, to restore the chiral network and bring America together again. In a sense, you are humanity's last hope in a confusing world full of danger. Armed with nothing but hiking gear, some weapons, packages, and a BB, you must make your way through treacherous ground. The graphic quality of Death Stranding is extremely pleasant on the eyes. The game uses the Decima engine. It's an engine that was developed by Guerrilla Games and used by Kojima Productions. The name actually comes from the fact that Kojima wanted to use the engine. The engine is great at doing full body animations and supports up to 4K with HDR. For me, the real joy of the graphics were the scenery of Death Stranding. You start off on a nice green and rainy mountain range and end up in the snowy mountain peaks with blizzards and everything you can think of in between. While trekking through the world of Death Stranding, I found it somewhat mesmerizing and relaxing. That is, until I ran into some BTs or mules. The sound in Death Stranding was just as impressive as the graphics were. The music, voice acting, and ambient sounds were all well placed. I enjoyed unlocking new songs as I finished trudging through hostile terrain, only to find some peace and quiet towards the end of my journey. I did have trouble with dialogue volume on one of my TVs, but I fixed it by changing to a different one. I couldn't find much information on the issue, so I assume it's rare. Overall, I found the sound engineering to be excellent. The playability of Death Stranding was moderate to high for me. The major frustration with the game came from navigating the terrain on foot or with vehicles. The mobility limitations of Sam can be remedied by equipping certain gear and upgrading it through side quests. Players can also add to the playability of the game by creating structures that aid you and other players in the world. You can build bridges, timefall shelters, and zip lines, among many others. I can't really knock on the playability because there's a solution for everything. The entertainment value of Death Stranding lies in its intense and sometimes inconsistent hostile encounters, as well as its rich storytelling. As you play Sam Bridges, you realize he's as clueless as you are. The pursuit of knowledge is what propelled me to finish the game. I wanted to know exactly what was going on in the world of Death Stranding. That and a growing bond with BB, Sam's companion throughout the game. The voice acting by Mads Mikkelsen and Guillermo del Toro were remarkable as well. I was thoroughly entertained by many encounters during gameplay, but I found myself frustrated by cutscenes often running too long and me having to wait to get back to gameplay. I realized that there was a sense of realism added to the game, such as sleeping, showering, and tending to your gear, but it took up a lot of gameplay time, and many obvious things were redundant in the storytelling. In my opinion, the replay value of this game is going to suffer due to its extremely veiled story. Let me explain. The lead up to the release of Death Stranding was hyped up using vague and often confusing gameplay trailers. Even when you enter the world of Death Stranding, you have zero clue about what's going on around you. As you progress through the story, you unravel the mysteries of the world. The ending is a bombshell that will be extremely difficult to enjoy in subsequent playthroughs. However, there is a major element of the story left undone, and if Kojima can capitalize on it the right way, I could be completely wrong in my assessment. In conclusion, Death Stranding was quite a wild ride with intense ups and downs. I'm glad that I stayed through till the end, or should I say, ends. I was well rewarded with the storytelling, and I felt somewhat attached to Sam and BB as characters. However, the gameplay suffered due to the way the story was adapted for the game. I think certain mechanics should have been changed to save players time, and less reiteration over elements of the story would have made it more enjoyable overall. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my assessment of the game. What did you think about Death Stranding? Was the story too long or was it just right? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching.